Howdy friends, Bernardo Espanol from Nardio.net. I hope you're all doing well. I know, it's been a while, sorry about that, but life's gotten busy, I've gotten insomnia, and it's fall, so let's chat about a few things, all right? First and foremost, vampires. Tomorrow you're going to be getting a vampire game from us. It's going to be Vampires versus Chaos Dwarves, and it's a tight, fun game, and I was really happy with it. Two things to warn you about before I get anybody complaining in the comments. One, this isn't the new Games Workshop vampire team. This is some team I bought off of Etsy. I let you guys know a while ago that I made my own vampire team, and they're unpainted in the video because I wanted to also show that you don't need to paint your minis to play them. So this is going to go into that video like that. I did two things about the real vampire team. One, I applied to Games Workshop to be a content creator for them, considering that I'm like the only Blitz Bowl channel on the internet and Fire Team channel, and I cover their small games that everyone else for the most part forgets, and I haven't heard nothing back from them. But hopefully they do work with me, because it'd be great to have them send me stuff instead of me having to spend outlandish amounts of money to get them. That said, it is worth the money considering how much I love most of the products that I do get. Most. But I was really hyped for the vampire team, and just in case, as soon as I was able to pre-order them, I did. Let's hope my Games Workshop store doesn't decide to randomly close on Saturday, because sometimes they just close. Life, you know, it's only one person working the store, so I understand. But hopefully this Saturday I get the new official vampire team, and I am excited to bring them to you. Because, you know, I love the way they look. Like, I absolutely love the sculpts. I've got a majority of the official Blitz Bowl teams, and for the most part, I love the way most of them look. So, we'll see. I'm going to enjoy painting them. I think recently I got the Amazon team, and I'm painting those girls up now, but I'm not really loving the sculpts. There's another creator, an indie creator, who made, I think, some better Amazon sculpts, and I'm really excited to try those out. So hopefully, I'll bring those to you soon. But I plan on going a little crazy with the detail. I'll try, because I suck, but I'll try. But anyway, back to vampires. So tomorrow's game is going to use the classic community Blitz Bowl rules for them, where the thralls are going to have a pathetic 5 move, and the vampires are going to have a pathetic 6 move. I'm thinking of doing a few more games like this, but here's what's really going on in my head. I'm thinking of making the thralls move to at least 6 and the vampires move to 7, because right now I think they're too slow to complete, even with the flesh-hungry horror thing where they can move 3 squares instead of 2 for marks. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. And considering I am, again, the only Blitz Bowl player in the universe on YouTube, I have the power to do that. I went to the Council of Bernardos, and all the Bernardos sat down and said, you know what, Bernardo, we should make the vampires a little stronger, Bernardo. And Bernardos agreed. So by the Council of Bernardo, we have all agreed by the word of Bernardo that the vampire team's getting updated when we do new vampire games. I'm going to make a new card, pretty much just change the stat numbers on them. And then when I start playing from now on, you'll be able to keep up. And yeah, so if any of you have the community team, I recommend doing this. And if you don't want to, don't, because it's just a game. But yeah, I expect there will be some comments. And I'm going to try to edit my video better this time for tomorrow's game. I'm actually working on it now. And I will call out a few mistakes that we made. There were a few times we shoved the Chaos Dwarf, then while forgetting the Chaos Dwarf is unshovable. So I'll make a note. So my loyal, awesome subscriber who calls me out on my mistakes, thank you. I do appreciate it, even though I like a little cranky sometimes, but I appreciate it, because you're right. People should be able to watch the only Blitz Bowl channel and learn how to play Blitz Bowl, and I am kind of teaching it wrong. Then again, I'm playing the way I enjoy it, but it's like, so there's that. Next thing, we all did it. Hit over 1,000 subscribers. This is huge. I was waiting until I got to 1,015, 1,020 to actually start celebrating this. I don't know how to celebrate really, but I'm happy. I'm actually happy. I've been on YouTube. I've been making videos since, 2013, 2014. It's probably been 10 years already. And it took me this long to get 1,000 subscribers, which by the way everyone else seems to be on YouTube, seems kind of pathetic, but it means something to me, because I put a lot of effort into most of my content. I mean, let's be honest, sometimes you just put some stuff out there. But most of my content is stuff that I've put up that I truly believe in, that I love. And the fact that I'm finally finding an audience to like the content I create, that Jazz and I create, it does mean a lot. It's the validation that I desperately need when I'm struggling to make my little hobby that is Nardio something real. I mean, the dream would be to actually make a living wage off of this, and I'm super close. I believe, 185 hours. I'll check that real quick. I think I'm around that to be able to get YouTube ad revenue, which would be a god's. Well, we'll see, because considering my channel gets a decent amount of hits, but from my understanding, you need to get like uber crazy hits to actually make money. But who knows? Anything would help, and I'd be very happy if I could actually just get the. Let's see, I need 175 hours. I need 175 more hours, and I get YouTube Partner Program, and I am so hyped for that, because just hitting 1,000 and getting that near, I don't know. One of my awesome subscribers is asking, what am I going to do, eat cake on camera? I don't know, I kind of find that cheesy. Like, it's the congratulatory session never sat well with me. The most I could do is look at you, look at my little screen, and say thank you. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for watching my content. And if you share my content, thank you very much. Because like I said before, most of my views come from shares. I am shadow banned down to hell, so I cannot organically make my content move. And even my most recent videos, it's been the people who were in them, who shared them, that helped them get a lot of interest. That, and I think some Space Marine stuff, does fairly well for me. But I don't want to be one of those people who just like latches on to 40K stuff because that's what gets views. Because I got more stuff going on, and I just don't want to turn into another 40K channel. And I like my cosplay interviews, and I actually am looking into going back to doing interesting interviews with business people, let's see, creators of small business products, and hopefully politicians and some other cool people, some actors here and there. I want to expand on that content. And then as far as my board game and stuff, I think that's almost replaced my cosplay content and things that make me happy in my little dark heart, because I don't know, I fell in love with Fireteam after being so angry with it, but after, again, not using the Necrons and getting rid of the target's opportunity, I found a thing to do with Jazz at home. This is going to start dirty. At home, that we can share with the internet, that we have fun with. But not in the Pornhub way, but in the, like, you know, games we play, the games that make us happy. And then that moved on to Blitzball, and then the crack addiction that is Blitzball for me, considering I have most of the teams and the community teams, and I still want more, and I'm still creating some more. I'm actually working on my Chaos team now. So it's gonna be like the Black Legion team. So here's hoping. Jazz and I have finished the rules for the Super Bowl game that we are gonna do, and Jazz actually upped the ante. I don't know if I said this on a video before, but instead of doing one Super Bowl game, we're going to do two Super Bowl games, because we're going to do a human v human, and we're going to try to get close to the colors of the real Super Bowl teams while not getting sued, hopefully. I mean, they can't take anything, I'm broke anyway. But we think a human Super Bowl and then a Super Bowl would be fun. So we're going to try both. Let's see what happens, and I hope you guys stick around to watch that. So there's that. So more stuff. Recently, we've been working on CasaCon. I think I mentioned to you guys before that Jazz and I started an online convention back in 2020 when the world went crazy. Well, we've kept up with it. We've been doing CasaCon every year since, and for the first, I think, 2 years, we did it several times for the year, because people still needed to, you know, get that social fix, and a lot of people were still too scared to go out, or they just wanted to see the awesome content that we got. And CasaCon 2023 is still is happening, and we've already booked a whole bunch of awesome, talented people. So I really, really hope you'll check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description. Please go check it out. It's on Discord, and I am sure that almost everyone is on Discord, and that's a server that I use for like the channel. and it has cosplay content. It has memes, and I need more people putting memes on there. It has people doing, well, just me, Warhammer stuff. But I really, really, really want to get more people there sharing more Warhammer stuff, more Blitz Bowl stuff, more like Age of Sigmar stuff. Because I don't know, I like the inspiration, and I'd like it to happen on my little Discord server. And I'd love you guys to stick around for CasaCon, because we've already got some awesome professors from around the world. We've got some awesome panels from around the world. We just booked a panelist from China who's going to talk about some crazy, interesting stuff about fandoms in China. And she's actually thinking about doing 2 panels, and how, oh God, it's super fascinating. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you're kind of nerdy and you like learning, but you want interesting topics, we got you at CasaCon. If you're a part of my cosplay community and you want to see some nice cosplayers, we have awesome cosplayers from around the world competing for prizes that we give out for free. We have voice actors from around the country, possibly world, coming this time. We have artists from around the world, awesome stuff to sell, and we get none of the money from them. The artists pretty much just have little Discord channels where they have examples of their work and links to their stores, and it's a curated list of amazing artists you can check out. And I recommend that you do, because they're amazing, and I love them so much, and I own a bunch of their work. So there, I'm sorry, random rants, but I'm really excited because we just finished some conversations with some panelists for CasaCon, and they were great. I am super excited for you to hear what they have to say. So yeah, check the link in the description, join the Discord, and in December, I believe around December 15th, 16th, we're gonna have CasaCon online. It's gonna be a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and free. Just come in, check it out. If you like the content, support the Patreon for CasaCon. Okay, so let's get on to some more stuff. Channel content. I have a silly idea, and it's a very silly idea. I went to my nearby dollar store, dollar-ish store. It's called Five Below, and I got a $5 set of paints and a $5 set of brushes. And I'm gonna try to paint a squad of Space Marines with cheap paints and see how it goes. Because I think it'll be really interesting and really just fun. And I have stupid ideas and I like to act on it. And if this works out pretty well, there's another cheap store that sells affordable paints at good sizes and good prices. And I'm gonna try them next. Because as much as I love the Games Workshop paints, and I own most of them, a lot of people can't afford that. And it is pricey. And I've been looking into getting a lot more paints. Just recently, I got, let's see, Pro Acrylic paints. I got a red, I got the white. Everyone swears by the white, and I got a funny looking green one. And I want to try these out because I think it's good to keep expanding your horizons and trying new things and hopefully finding better things that make you happy. And the white Games Workshop paints just don't really do it for me. And I'm looking for a new one, and I hear the Pro Acrylic one is awesome. And this Pro Acrylic Bold Pyrrole Red, I also hear is really good. So I'm gonna try it out, and I'm excited for that. So I'm gonna do some cheap paints, maybe some pro paints, and let you know how I feel. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Pro Acrylic one's gonna be awesome. I already love the Games Workshop stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be something else. Plus, it's like a hobby thing for me because I'm gonna paint these things up anyway, and I kind of like the idea of just giving myself little challenges of just using these paints, no matter how good or bad they're gonna be. So there's that. Now, next, games, new games. So you may already seen from my stories, I got Combat Arena, the new one. I played it. I'm gonna do a review on it. I've played a bunch of it. I was thinking about doing a live stream this week, but things have been super hectic. But TLDR, I don't really love the game, but I don't hate it as much as the last one. And I almost hate to say this because I'm gonna get grief, but almost as per usual, I feel like Games Workshop dropped the ball here because this is a beautiful box of potential that never quite lives up to what it can do or how it, I think, can help new players get into the hobby. But TLDR, if you just want it for the minis, for $35, if you're in the Cult of Games Workshop already, to get a whole bunch of classic minis from Black Fortress, whatever, the game this is based off of, it's a steal. The minis are beautiful. It's kind of crazy to me. I feel like these minis are too detailed for filthy casuals to come in and paint because these babies are nice. Like, I'm intimidated by having to paint these things up in the future. Maybe Jazz and I record a few games. I'm not sure. We don't love it, and Jasmine really doesn't love it. So if it's a 2-player game, I hate forcing her to do a game she doesn't like. And yeah, we've done a few games so far, and we weren't really that enthused. That if the best way to play it, I'd say, is leaving the amble off the table because it's just not fun. All right, next, a game I'm super duper 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 excited about. Let me actually open it up first. Okay, get that out there. So, I think I told you guys I was thinking about checking out the new Warhammer Underworlds because Jazz was really interested in the new, like, regular version, not like the starter set, but the one that's like underwater again this time. Well, I decided against that for now and got the starter set. So the reason I got this was supposedly it's going to be a very good entry for us to get into it. We've got Warhammer Underworlds Gnarlwood, and we kind of enjoyed it, but the rules and the way it was explained was really clunky. And I remember a few commenters on when I talked about this before mentioned that, yeah, it's really hard to learn with the way they teach you in those games. But supposedly, this new version is the easiest ever to get into. And I know they said that about Gnarlwood, but this has something that Gnarlwood doesn't. I'm actually surprised it doesn't. A Start Here guide. Now we've read through it, but we haven't played a game yet. I got all my minis painted. Super excited about that. Super proud of the paint jobs ish. But this is going to be a step-by-step, hold our hands, slowly talking stupid to us, how to play the game. It's going to give us a mock game to go through that explains everything. By just perusing it, it looks really good. This looks like it might be the good entryway into Warhammer Underworlds because I want to love Underworlds. I really do want to love the game. The minis are beautiful. The gameplay seems interesting. I love the idea of like all these different groups. I also kind of love the card building aspect of it, but I don't want that. I find myself really into the Rivals deck format. Hopefully, I doubt it, but hopefully they're balanced-ish, and hopefully Jazz and I love the game, and we can use these two teams in other games, because I already have the Gnarlwood Rivals decks that came with them, and then I have a few other Underworlds teams. So I would love to actually enjoy those games. And best case scenario, I do love them. I do love them, and we keep the game, and we play the heck out of it, and then we get to play with all the other different teams, and you guys get some more content out of us, because I'm looking for more things to just swap in on game night, and then just like share with you guys on the channel. And really, I just looking for new fun things to play. And hopefully, if not, I'll probably gift it to a friend or do a giveaway, and you guys have my mini. We'll see what happens. But hopefully, I love it. I really, really want to. Okay, so next, new game. So there's some YouTube channel that's way more famous than I am called Guerrilla Miniature Games. And Jazz and I stumbled upon a video where they're playing a game called Blaster. It's a Western shoot-'em-up, two-player skirmish game that happens in the old Western America. You have cowboys like shooting each other, bank robbers, and a whole bunch of other things. And it looks like a hoot. And Jazz and I watched the guy, I think Ash, play the game, and it looked like a lot of fun. So soon after, I'm like, hey, should we get the game? And she's like, yeah. So I got the hard copy version along with the PDF, and we plan on doing this. Now, we're thinking about what I'm really going to do is two things. One, I am already looking forward to getting a bunch of cowboy minis, but again, my backlog is gigantic and my wallet is not. So I think we're going to do the first few games with Space Marines, whatever the heck else I have, and I hope you guys don't mind. They won't match. But I'm looking forward to playing this because Jazz and I really, really enjoyed the way it looked, and we're pretty sure we'll like it. The only problem is my tiny table. My apartment is tiny. I don't have space for a bigger table, so all the games will probably be extra short and fast because I don't have much room to work with. So hopefully the games are so interesting. We'll see. So next, and we're going to get to the final games. There are games today. There's the final game that's new. Recently, Jazz and I were like just wondering, why doesn't Games Workshop Warhammer have a deck building game? Now, I know I've recommended this game a few times, but there's something called Ascension. It's a deck building game. I think some pro Magic the Gathering players made this. I don't know. I forgot the history of it. But anyway, I stumbled upon this in a board game bar a couple years ago, and we loved it. And then we got like the $10 starter set they used to sell, and we loved it. And I think we bought like copies for Jesus, like 10, 12 friends already because we loved it so much. And then we got them into it. And then there's a website they have where you're able to order individual cards that come from promotions they do that are super powerful and fun and add a lot to the game and change the way the game plays. And we loved it. Fast forward a little while, and then Jazz and I walked into a local comic book shop, and we saw Year One, the collector's edition of Ascension, marked for $50. It wasn't supposed to be $50. There was a pothead working there at the time who stunk of weed, who made the aisle stink of weed, and he marked it wrong. And we're like, oh my God. And wait, $50 for a metal thing with all the content from the first year? Wait, it has foil cards? Just like shocked. We're shaking. Take it to the register. And the guy at the register, I guess the manager's like, God damn it, Shark. God damn it. He's like, Shark, come over here. And he calls the guy over. Shark's the pothead. He's like, this is not supposed to be $50. This is supposed to be $100. And they're like, yeah, but it's marked that way, so you have to sell it to us at the price. I think it's some weird New York law where if something's marked a certain way, you have to sell it if it's out on display. And then, I don't know why, he could have just said no to us, but he sold us the freaking game for $50. And woo! That became an addiction there. The Year One Collector's Edition sells normally for $99. And if you see it, get it. If you see it for $99, it's worth it. If you see it for like $120, I think it's worth it. All the cards are foil, and they're beautiful, and the board is very premium and foily and beautiful, and the game is awesome, like super crazy, awesome, good. And we added all the base cards we had from the original set, plus all the expansion cards, plus all the holiday cards into this, which already had all those cards. So it's a super duper duper crazy deck of deck building fun. And unlike Magic, you don't need to keep buying cards. Everything you need is in here. This, I think, goes from 2 to 6 players. This is great for dates as a 2-player game alone. So we got this. And I recommend that. That said, I recommend more the Year 2 Collector's Edition, or just get it too if you can. I feel like the game's a lot more balanced in Year 2, and a lot of the shenanigans that you can do in Year 1 that kind of block the game or make it one-sided are resolved in Year 2, and this is before it gets too complicated. Love this game, love this game. Okay, I'm getting to something. So, randomly, Jazz and I were talking like, hey, how come there's not like a deck building game for Warhammer? And she was like, yeah, I think she brought it up, and like, that's crazy. Well, I think Amazon and my cell phone are listening to me because I swear to the gods, the next day, I'm checking for something on Amazon, and I get recommended Doomseeker, a Warhammer deck building game. Now, we haven't played it yet, but it goes for $20, and it looks pretty premium. The cards and the board look really, really nice, and I believe it's 2 to 4 players. You play as some basically slayers, basically suicidal dwarves out looking for the best death they can find through combat. And I guess the person who gets the most glorious life before death and then dies wins. But I think you could also win while being alive here. And to them, to slayers, it's kind of unfortunate, but they're trying really hard. I gotta say, this actually makes me want to get some of the dwarves from Age of Sigmar, because I'm like, wow, that is a crazy faction, a part of the army to have. Kind of reminds me of the whole Spartan thing from 300, but yeah. I'm super excited to play this one. I don't think that deck building games would show up well on camera. Maybe we'd live stream ourselves playing it. I have a new table set up where I can have my cell phone recording the top-down view of the board, and then my computer recording Jazz and I playing. But I don't know if anybody would find it interesting, but I know Jazz and I are going to love playing, or try to hopefully love playing it. But we're probably going to, we're most likely getting back into Ascension, so there's excited for that. So yeah, there's the new games. And then one other piece of content that I'm going to do, that I'm excited to do actually, is I got the How to Get Into Warhammer 40K. It's a $20 for this set that includes a magazine with an overview of the Warhammer 40K universe and the different factions and 2 models. And what I'm going to do, and I've already started doing this, I have little post-it notes all over the place on this, is give you my impressions of this, give you an explanation if this is worth gifting someone, and if so, how to improve it, because it needs improvement. But, I'm talking to the void, and hopefully someone in Games Workshop hears me. This can be improved, and I'll give notes how I think. And I think with a little TLC, this would become an amazing starter thing for new players. So yeah, there's that. Besides that, I've been having insomnia, something fierce, and that's how come I've been like so tired during the week that like I can't do a video. I cannot do a video. I actually recorded it twice, and I was like just talking like this to the camera. I'm like, I just wasn't feeling the energy. I was watching it, and I don't want to really ever put anything out where I'm just like forcing something out, because I don't know, I feel like the audience can tell when someone's really not into talking for the day. And I'd rather just not have content out if it's not content I believe in. So there's that. I might rush out one or two more cosplay interviews. I probably should have done it already. Because again, I'm so close to hitting the YouTube Partner Program goal that I'd like to just push over that finish line. So yeah, I mean, if I could get another basically $200, 175, but really 200 hours, 175 hours in before the period ends and get it, But yeah, so I might push out another cosplay interview this weekend, but definitely on Friday, you're getting the new Vampire versus Chaos Dwarf video. So I hope you enjoy that. Jazz and I are now going to be working on Halloween. And we've got some fun ideas. We've got some Halloween themes for you, and I hope you like it. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Let me know in the comments. Hope life is well. Let me know what's up. And like I said before, join Discord. It's awesome. And to the people who are watching right now who aren't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me out a ton. The more subscribers we have, the easier it is for us to go to conventions and events as press. And then, hopefully, get stuff from companies so we don't have to pay out the mouth for it. There's another way to say that, but I don't want to say it on camera. So that's all. I kind of rambled a lot, and I'm pretty sure I missed a few things. But yeah, we're good. Expect more content, and I hope you're all doing well. Have a great night. Bye.